Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and his son Yahushua HaMashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo. Today is the 9th of March 2023. The time is, let's see here, 10:34. So we're creating the initial balance low and high right now at 10:30. So 4 minutes after 10:30, 10:34, we're creating that initial balance high and low. So I'm gonna do a trade recap here on my trade on MES. That's micro ES futures. Let's see. Let's start with the Camarilla setup. Right. So we have Camarilla R4 here at 4003.75, and that arrow doesn't need to be that big. And then we have Camarilla S3 at 3986.25, right? So from previous day, Camarilla's R3 was at this level, Camarilla S3 was at this level. So let me get some numbers on that. Approximately 3067.25 was Camarilla S3, and Camarilla R3 was approximately 4012.50. So today we have an inside value relationship where the Camarilla R3 and the Camarilla S3 have moved into the value of the previous day, right? So we had a migration into the value, so it's an inside value day, right? So with this kind of setup, it's the bias is towards either let's see here, right? The bias is either towards a trading range kind of day between these two levels, or if we get a breakout of that level to have a runner, right? That's what usually happens, and you have to, like Tomby says, you have to vet these things on your own, right? So these are the suggestions of the Camarilla setup. So now with the suggestion, you have to look at price action, right? So with price action now breaking out of our tree, we were looking for like some short squeezes and stuff like that, but then it kind of pulled back. So anyway, let me just jump into my trade here. So I had a kind of wild day at the open here. Let's go to Bookmap. It didn't start off so well. So this is the open here. Let me just pull this across. Right, so we have the migration of the puck moving up in the open here. We got some support from that, and we pushed up. You can see Camarilla R3 is here, so we're breaking out of Camarilla R3, and it's looking like we're gonna get the short squeezes, right? So let me just make this one bigger for the screen. Right, so we have the migration of the puck moving up. Price gets support here, around, I guess, like that's 4,000. Let me see if I could get a read on that there. Yeah, around 3,999.75 roughly, around the overnight high. Let's just say that, right? So the overnight high is over here. Let's see. Right, so you can see the overnight high is over here. It's kind of lining up with the support we got, right? So at this point here, where Camarilla R3 is at this level, and we're getting a breakout of that level right there. So with the Camarilla R3 in an inside value relationship, I'm looking for like the short squeeze, right? For it to just take off, right? So to me, it seems like anything in trading, once it looks too obvious, is gonna get foiled, right? They're gonna use traders stacking up on one side to kind of like, I guess, just wipe them out, or because I guess when they hit their stops, they actually make money, and I'm referring to like the market makers, right? So they get to see the entire board, so they get to pick and choose what direction they want to take, which is more profitable to them, right? So with the breakouts here, Let's see, we also broke out of Camarilla R4. So let me show you some of the trades I took, right? Hold on 1 second. So this was my first entry here at around what time, 9:55, and I tried to get, let's see what price was that. That was 4,014.25, 4,014.50. So let's see, 1 second here. Well, let me just flip back across while so you guys can see what I'm looking at as well. 4,050, 4,025 at approximately 9:55. So let's see here at Camarilla R4. $4,014.25. So approximately around this area. So let me open this up a little bit. $9.55. Yep, so this was it right here, right? So at Camarilla R4, on the retest here, I was trying to get a buy position, right? So let's see. Right, so we had this dip down here, and I entered at 414.25. So it's around one of these areas here, because you know, like on Bookmap, it's a little tricky to find the exact, like when it says 9:55 on the chart over here, it's kind of a little tricky to find that exact 9:55 because it's spread out so much between the 5-minute chart. So at 14:25, somewhere around here, when we broke down from Camarilla R4 and regained Camarilla R4, that's when I started to enter my positions here at around 4014.25 and 4014.50, right? So those trades, I ended up getting stop out on these trades. Let me just go back over here. Right, so took this long right here, ended up stopping out, right, and took some longs here again, stopped out, right. So roughly like some break evens, but I got hammered on this last one over here, I think. So these are trying to get these Camarilla R4 longs, right here, trying to get this, trying to get that, stopped out, keeping the stop tight, and just getting stopped out, right? And eventually it broke down and I got stopped out badly right here. Well, no, actually that's the short, my bad. So this was the last stop out right here, and then I caught this short right here, right? So let's see, that was approximately 10:15. So let me go to Bookmap. Right, so this is the retest here that I got underneath Camarilla R4. I didn't take it from up here. I actually waited until when we broke down from this level here, when we had the big breakdown, let me just pull this across, and I gotta get some more RAM, man, so this stuff could move faster when I have OBS and all that open. So we had this breakdown here at around like 10:07. That's when the last time I was trying to get that long right there, I was long right around here, and then it just flushed out, right? So licking my wounds and just, you know, watching price action. It's coming back off of VWAP here twice. The POC is migrating down, so now I'm looking at okay, this is too high, this was too high. Let me just pull this back out, right? Hold on. Right, so this area was too high. This area is now too high where the POC is migrating down, right? So I watched that drop down right there. So the retest of POC here again, another retest of POC, and now it's really looking like it's too high, right? So at 10:15, this is where I entered my short here, right? So went short there at, let's see, let me get some correct numbers. 411.50, right? So let's see here, 411.50. Where is it? Where is it? Man, this is so tricky sometimes here. Actually, yes. So this was my entry here. The first time it retested around this level. So 411.50. Where is that, man? Where is it? That's 407. Right, so it was actually this, it was up here at 10:10. So that's why, man, like looking at this chart, and when it says the 5 minute in between those times, it's a little tricky to find. So my entry was 411.50. So it was around this level right here, this pullback. So when this tested this level here, and this was too high, this little pullback right here, let me try and make that a little bigger. I entered on this little pullback right here at 411.50, right? So got the drop down. Let me just take some of this stuff off, right? So let me point this out properly, right? So that little pullback right there went short 411.50. We had another retest here of the POC level at around 4,008.50, right? So the trade is moving nicely. Let me see, go back to my trading chart so you can see some of the entries and stuff like that. Right, so it took a partial here at, let's see, first target was at 4,006.50 and closed out here. No, this was a stop. Oh yeah, so this was the partial right here at 4,006.50, right? And then it pulled back. Let's see, on this level here is when I closed out, I stopped out all of it at around 4,000, right? So let's go over to Bookmap again. And let's see what time I closed out at 10:20, right? So these retests here, I'm holding through these retests because we're just retesting POC, right? And let's see where I exited the trade, right? So we're retesting POC, pushed up a little bit, lost POC again. POC is that purple line right there. So the trade is moving nicely. Had this nice little big drop down again, and we got to overnight high. So my first target was 4,006.50. So let's see where that was. Right, so somewhere around here, 4006.50 is where I got my first target. So let's see, pull this across. The first time it came down here, right, so this was the first time it hit my target. This was my first partial right here, and then we started to pull back up to the POC level, testing it, moving sideways a little bit. And sorry for the slow movement of this this bookmap, man. I gotta get some more RAM for real. Then we had the second breakdown level, broke down Camarilla R3. Let's see, you see Camarilla R3 is right there again, so we're back into that Camarilla setup value area, price range, and this was my target here, overnight high. So got my target at 4001.50. Let's see here, and that time was around 10:20. So let's see here. Right, so I actually closed out the trade because I was probably looking, I had my stop a little lower. I think it was at value area high probably. But then when I saw this price action starting to reverse here, so I stopped out at 4001.50, probably at this big bubble right here, right? So when we got this big bubble, and I was saying this in a previous trade recap, that I'm not gonna let, like when I see this structure right here, let me just hold on. When I see a reversal structure like this right here, we're breaking above, right? I'm gonna stop out of the trade. I'm not gonna let the trade go against me too much, right? So even though I wanna get some lower prices to take profit, I'm not gonna let it go against me too much. I'm gonna just keep the profit, right? So that's what I did today. Learned my lesson from one of my previous trades where it kind of pulled back a little too much. So that's where I stopped out right there at 4001.50. And that was my trade, man. You know, it was a nice trade. I actually had to come back from some losses and stuff like that early on. So it's part of trading. So right now, current price is back at underneath Camarilla R4. Let's see how far we got up. So yeah, we're just consolidating around Camarilla R4 right here. POC is migrating up. It's looking like we want to lose that again because it's looking like POC is saying it's too high again. So I'm not trading anymore though. It's already a green day. I'm gonna keep my little profit because I had to come back from those losses trying to go long and catch the short squeeze. So I didn't get that. Ended up getting the Camarilla R4 short to overnight high. So that was the trade there. So yeah, that's it, man. It's Malak Shalomo. Hope you enjoyed the trade recap. And as you can see, I use Camarilla pivots with volume profile and stuff like that to execute my trades. All right, you all trade safe and stay blessed.